Hello everyone, this is another painting video. This painting video was very special to me as the person who requested it had done so before my vacation, and it is a commissioned piece rather than an art redeem, and it had specific and significant meaning. This also is going to be a tattoo, which I think is very special. The whole painting may not be, but the focused items, which is the black lotus here and the two fishes, two koi fishes, are to be the tattoo itself. So this was inspired by my other koi painting that I had done. But they wanted very specific colors, and they wanted a way that it could represent a semicolon. For those of you who don't know the significance behind a semicolon, it is that continuation of life after attempting to no longer be among the living. So very special that someone would want the ability to have something that I've done in my art to be included in such a permanent way that demonstrates that next step or that continuation. So very honored. And so with the very specific colors we had here, we had one that's purple and red, and then we have one that's a very dark blue fish. I didn't feel like it was right to do the background or the lake effect in a traditional blue water. I wanted the fishes to be a little more striking against the background. And so with that, I chose to instead do some very dark grays, blacks into a white center, as if they are in the nighttime sky, or perhaps in a galaxy setting. It can be interpreted a couple different ways, which I was really happy to see that that was how it could be translated too. But just trying my best here to really blend and not paint over the fishes as much as possible. That way it was easier to come back. But I did still want to give the vague sense that this was still a pond in some way, shape, or form. So I did still choose to do a few lily pads. Came back in with my typical toothbrush. I must clarify, it is a paint only toothbrush that I come in here and I do all of the speckles for the different stars. And as I was painting, I was so lucky to have the person's significant other able to give me a little bit of direction. As with some of these commission requests, as you get into it, you realize maybe you're missing some of those finer details, such as, okay, you said you wanted purple, what shade of purple? Okay, you said you wanted blue, but do you want any markings? And so luckily I was able to get a few bits of direction live as I was painting this, which was really nice. So we chose to do both a dark blue, of course, which was the original request, and then a dark purple, as I felt that would help the red to pop. In my original koi painting, one of them had almost a heart-like shape on the forehead, and I thought that would carry over very well with the red markings, as you can see here. And I'm going back in with that second coat to make sure that that really deepened out and you wouldn't see as much of the streaking. Now, as I went back in for the black lotus flower here, the reference I was looking at had kind of a gray-purple background and then black edges, as it was supposed to be a real one from the wild. As I sat there, it seemed too bright, and so I actually came back in with a darker gray. It helped kind of transition the colors in the lotus flower to be better, and I was much happier with the result. Went back and forth on whether we make these tricolor koi fish or just leave them with the two, and I chose to make them both the tricolor with a little bit of additional accents with the black. And so rather than coming in with the dark gray as you saw here, I actually came back with the black itself. So I have pavement, which is one of my favorite colors to paint with. It gives that simulation that it's black, but then if I need to even have a darker shade than that, I can come in with actual black. And that's what I did here with this blue fish with the gray spots. I just felt they complemented each other a lot better and gave a more sense of symmetry if I did it that way. And then I came back in with some shadowing on the fish and the lotus, because again, I did want it to appear as if there is some sort of light, whether that be on the top down and it's the reflection, or what have you. Did come back in to give some details to the lily pads, and I did ask if they wanted the motion as if they were swimming in the water, and we chose to just leave that out, and luckily they were all very happy with the result. I will be shipping these out here in the next few days to the recipient, and a big huge thank you to them for requesting this. So here's how it turned out. Very happy with it. And so if you'd like to see some of these paintings, I do them or do any sort of craft or art on Fridays. You can follow me on all my socials there. And again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend.